all my problems. I've been thinking who the fuck am I to disagree? I heard I'm pretty dope, so I guess I gotta oblige inside. I've been plotting on the way that we could elevate. I massacre the track with your skill, I never hesitate. I put a lot of time into the craft to make it resonate. I regulate with repetition, I could be the greatest, but ever me illogical, the other have a later. Practice all the
Hello guys, so welcome to the Assassin's Creed Origins benchmark that I'm going to show you guys today. So I am playing on the highest available settings right now at 1080p, as you guys can see in the settings, ultra high settings, and everything is cranked up to the max. So this game is actually one of the harder games to run in 2018 because it has two protections on it. One is VM Protect and the other one is Denuvo 4.9. So this game is actually packed with two protections inside of the game, and this will actually impact the gameplay, your frame rates, by quite a bit, guys. And this is one of the main topics that was discussed a while back because this game is causing a lot of frame drops because of those two protections, and you can see it inside of the video right now. I barely get 60 FPS on a 980 Ti with a Ryzen 5 1600, both overclocked. I mean, it's basically a 1070, the 980 Ti, and it struggles to keep 60 FPS within this game, and that's actually very concerning because I should be able to get 70 FPS or higher with my graphics cards. I'm pretty sure about that, but it's not happening, guys, because this game won't allow you to get to the 90 or 100 FPS. Yeah, so that was it. Second setting inside of Assassin's Creed Origins with the Ryzen 5 1600 and the GTX 980 Ti. This time we are playing in the very high preset, so the frame rates are fairly similar right now because it's actually fairly similar, I mean, to the highest available setting, the ultra settings. So we are getting this time actually we are getting somewhere between 70 FPS and higher because right now I'm climbing up this building and we are up on the rooftop, so we're actually rendering less objects than when we are on the ground. So this is one of the reasons why we are getting slightly higher FPS, but as you guys can see, the GPU usage is floating around 77 or 97%, and we are getting somewhere in between 60 and 70 FPS, and sometimes it drops, which is natural. That will happen in every game, but the frame rates seem to be somewhat acceptable in this setting. So the ultra preset is really demanding, as you guys could see in the last clip, but this time we are running fairly good, and that's actually a very positive thing for Assassin's Creed. So yeah, that was it. The third preset is the high preset, guys. So in this setting, I will show you guys right now. We are on the high preset, so everything is turned down a little bit, but the visuals still are very good in my opinion, because between high and ultra settings there isn't that much of a difference, so it should look fairly similar, and hopefully our frame rates will improve. That's the only thing that is important in this game, because it's very hard to push the frame rates higher than 60 or 70 with the GTX 980 Ti when you play on the highest settings. So we are getting somewhat in between 60 and 70 again, like the last time, so it's fluctuating quite a lot. So it's different, guys. I mean, I don't know, Assassin's Creed, this game is not very good optimized, as you guys can tell, because the numbers are jumping up and down like crazy. I mean, sometimes it drops like to 40 FPS and then back up to 70. That's unacceptable in my opinion. So the developers need to improve the stability inside of the game, which is a hiccup, and it will cause a lot of problems for lower end systems. I mean, my system is okay. I mean, we are able to play on high settings and up, but many systems who have older hardware will run into problems anytime when they want to play on the higher settings. So this one's actually playable with the GTX 980ti and the Ryzen 5. So we're gonna jump into the next setting, guys. I'll see you then. Medium settings. Yes, guys, so we are at medium settings right now inside of the game, and I will show you guys the settings once more. As you guys can see, we are on medium, which is I don't know, I mean the fidelity of the game, the graphics will go down quite a bit from high, but fingers crossed for a higher FPS number, because if you go to medium, you should be able to get a lot more FPS. But as you guys can see, Assassin's Creed is kind of hesitant in that situation. I mean, we are getting somewhat in between higher numbers, that's for sure. I mean, 75 to 80 sometimes, and we're back down to 50, 59 FPS. So as you guys can see, I mean, this game is poorly optimized. So I mean, that's one of the reasons why the frame rates is going up and down so much. I mean, that's just not natural. And as you guys can see, the utilization of the GPU is somewhat dropping too. I mean, sometimes we go down to 89% and sometimes 95% most of the time, but that's not good, I mean, obviously. So this has to be changed. Hopefully they will. I mean, VM Protect and Denuvo 4.9, as I said earlier, I mean, those two protections really harm the game, and that's just such a bad influence. I mean, just so many people who want to play this game and just cannot get the performance out of it with top and good gear. I mean, it's just so bad. So we are up in the 60s and the 70s back, but it will drop fairly soon. So yeah, that was it. Back at it again, this time with low settings, guys. So everything is set to low. I will show you guys inside of the menu, and ta-da, low settings. Yeah, we have come to one of the lowest settings available, but it's not the lowest yet, because this game also has a very low setting. I mean, it's kind of funny, but yeah, some people will need that. I mean, many people in this case, because this game is horribly optimized. I mean, it's just so bad. So just look at it, guys. I'm at low settings, and I have the same frame rates as I had with very high. This has to tell something, guys. I mean, this isn't normal. I mean, if I would have played this game on low and it was good balanced, I mean, must have be getting somewhere in between the 90s FPS. I mean, 90 to 100 FPS guaranteed. I mean, I was able to get 120 FPS in The Witcher 3, which is one of the most demanding games available right now. I mean, that game is so graphically intense. It looks way better than Assassin's Creed Origins, and I was getting a lot more FPS in that game than Assassin's Creed Origins right now. I mean, that has to tell something, you know? But yeah, it doesn't happen. I mean, even at low settings, I'm not able to get the frame rates that I should. That's really that's bad, guys, obviously. So I will show you guys the next setting right now. And we are in the last setting, guys. Finally, very low settings, Assassin's Creed Origins with the Ryzen 5 1600 and GTX 980ti combo. So as you guys can see in the settings, I am at the lowest settings available. I mean, everything is just to the left and the most things are off. So yeah, this is the quality that you're getting with Assassin's Creed Origins. So our frame rates have improved, but they aren't as high as I've hoped. I mean, still 75 and 90 FPS somewhere. It's still fluctuating like crazy. I mean, look at the numbers, you can see for yourselves. I mean, it's playable, it's very good, but I mean, the visual fidelity has gone quite a bit downwards, and that's not that good. But it makes sense because we are on the lowest settings, but the frame rates seem to have recovered somehow from even the low settings, because we are getting above 60 FPS on most of the occasions right now as compared to before, and this is very good, and this is good. So yeah, this game's hard to run, guys. See you next time.